I own a local food truck here in Orlando. We do chicken and waffles, and then sometimes we'll do other types of Southern food. I'm gonna start with the waffle batter, because the waffle batter has to sit for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to sit for 30 minutes, but it's better. It should sit for at least 10 minutes. So for the waffles, we're gonna do the dry ingredients in one bowl and then the wet ingredients in another bowl, and then we'll mix them together, and then after we'll combine them and then mix it together. 1 1/3 cups of flour. Then I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Then I'm gonna add 1/4 a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm gonna add 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. So then to the wet ingredients, I'm going to add 3 eggs. I'm gonna add 1 1/4 cups of the buttermilk. And then I have 1 stick of unsalted butter. You can add any type of vegetable oil. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of cane sugar to the dry ingredients. You can use any type of sugar. I just like to use the cane sugar. So now we're gonna mix. It's completely up to you what you wanna do with the waffles. You can add chocolate chips, strawberries to the batter, whatever kind of fruit you want. So I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients together, combine that together. And then this is gonna sit at room temperature for 30 minutes. So I like to use peanut oil when I fry chicken because it fries well at high temperatures, and it adds like a really good flavor to the chicken. So you can marinate the chicken for at least 4 hours, but I think it's better if you just marinate it overnight. Just has more flavor, the buttermilk tenderizes it. And if you don't want to fry the chicken, you can also grill it, and it's actually really good grilled. I have a seasoning blend I like to do, and it's salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika, and I like to mix it together in a bowl. I did 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, and 1 tablespoon of black pepper. So I just mix that together in a bowl. So for the chicken, I'm gonna start the breading for it. I'm gonna add 2 cups of flour. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of the seasoning, 1 1/2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So you're just gonna mix that together. So for the chicken, I like to use chicken breast. I'm gonna cover the chicken with plastic wrap. Then I'm gonna pound it, so it's gonna get a little loud in here. So I just kind of sprinkle a little bit on top. So you just add the chicken, add some buttermilk to it. For the recipe, I put about 2 cups of buttermilk, and that's for like 2 to 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. And that's pretty much it. So I just let it marinate for at least 4 hours, but it's better if it marinates at least overnight. So this is a chicken that was marinating overnight. So I'm just gonna add that to the flour. Just make sure it's coated really good, and you can kind of press the flour in. So I fry it about 4 to 7 minutes on each side. I like a golden brown crust. I don't want to overcrowd the pan, so I'm just going to do 2 at a time. When you overcrowd it, it just doesn't cook as well. I like to do, when I take the chicken out, I like to put it directly on a wire rack, not paper towels. Paper towels kind of mess up the breading. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'll start dropping some waffles. You can just use any kind of spray, cooking spray. Just putting 1 like large scoop in the waffle maker, maybe 2. This is a different kind of ladle. But you don't want to overfill it because you'll have waffle batter all over the place. So kind of just spread it around. Then you'll see in like a minute, it's gonna start, a lot of steam's gonna start coming out of it. And whenever it stops steaming, that's when you know the waffle's ready. If you open it, keep opening it to check on it, it messes up the cooking process. And then does anyone like spicy food in here? Yeah? Okay, I like to do, when I do the waffles, it's just my preference. I like to mix sriracha and honey together and do like a sriracha honey. And it's a cool balance, and I'll put it on top of the chicken. So it's pretty cool. So I made some for you guys to try it with.